Goodness, cannot stop sneezing. Woof. Mmm. Um. Trying to look for resistance here. I mean, we're kind of short bias below the 82 here, so maybe if we can push another retest of this 82, then kind of pull back and retest this. Let's see. Let me pull fib on that real quick. Okay. I just didn't know if we're going to make a new lower high here or kind of pushing down to the downside. Man, I don't know. I feel like we need to retrace some of this 4-hour candle, especially if we get through this upper leg here on the 4-hour chart, or this is the 5 minutes, but had a lot of resistance here at the 82. This is why I kind of said I wouldn't mind for a quick short below 82. We'll just wait. Fish lips, what are you looking for today? You got a bias today? See, we had a similar play like this yesterday where to the upside, I do like the 996 kind of running yesterday's high. If I had to pick to the, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing. I love to see the 625 rip. That would be back there at about what 50% of the 4-hour candle. I mean, we're making lower, higher lows with the 1-hour candles right now. But we did not run the AM high from yesterday either. Let's see. Pull back. Then distant pullback. So, yeah. What time is it? 1 minute left. So, man, these early morning setups have been tough lately, guys. I'm not gonna lie. They have not been like the cleanest looking candles. I mean, you can see the reason why is because of all the different consolidations that we have. So all this consolidation right here is thinking that, okay, we're probably going to get a nice push down. As long as we get through this leg here. But heck, we got consolidation here. I don't know. That it usually makes it a little bit tougher when it's like that. And see, I had this same setup yesterday, and this is what caused me to take my losses yesterday. I knew for my long bias, we had to get above that 6 or 720 yesterday, or whatever. Let me see, like 960, or it was somewhere up there. And I kept trying to trade into it, and it cost me a losing trade. And right now, I mean, look how small this first 15 minutes is in the hourly candle. I kind of wouldn't even mind seeing a breakout, a little bitty breakout first in a retest. That may be the safer play this morning if you're looking for a safer play on the breakout. They sold the overnight meltdown up here. Okay. So remember our first initial trade, we're going in with 3 micros. Looking for 20 points in a runner. So if we're going to short this, I'd rather be, since we already tested the 75, you don't want to get short any shorter than the 70 to between the 80 and 70. This way it gives you at least 20 points down to the 50. So whatever which way we go, we're just looking, like I said, for the 20 points and a runner. So try to get that initial $80, then look for another, say, 20 to another like 40 points on top of that. And that's usually will get you between that $150 to $200 range for your trade. And see, we've already tested that 55 level. I think even when I went to the hour level a while ago, it looked, we already kind of tested that. We also have a big 1 hour fair value gap back to the downside at 620. That's the range that you're talking about, Fish Lips. So here's your 1 hour candle. So I'm thinking if we can break these 80s, I wouldn't mind seeing a push down through here. I want to say the 4 hour candle wicks or 50% is sitting here down at the 650s. Worst case scenario, it just completely dumps here and you can't catch it. All you can do is just sit here and watch without trying to FOMO in. We also got a 5-minute order block sitting down at 727. Big wick at 52 also on the 5 minutes. So if you're playing off the 50% of the 15-minute candle, your stop loss would be at 96. Your entry would be at 75. Sorry. All right. Finally breaking that. So we are breaking my low range here where I want it entered at. This is kind of where we want it to enter at. So I'm hoping that this is the case, that it'll pop down a little bit, go back up here and retest this like whole number, and this way we can get a better idea of kind of about what we're going to do. Because let's just say it pops back up and it continues through this, then you kind of get a better idea that we're going to the upside. $730s is going to be kind of like the area that I'll be looking for to take profit by. They got a 5-minute OB down there at the 730s. Hmm. 3 minutes left, guys. So, like I said, kind of looking for a little bump down here, then what they pull back into the 890s. So now that we're kind of out of the range, we'll have to wait for some kind of pullback here, guys. Damn it. They gave us the damn play early. You dirty. Dang you, man. All right, so maybe we'll just run this hourly wick, and this will be a good indicator that maybe to go back out the top side. So this is kind of what you wanted at the opening. You don't want this to happen 2 minutes before we open. Oh, that sucks. Come on. So if it flushes at opening, guys, there's nothing we can really do about getting into the entry. You got to have a pullback when it does this. So you almost have to have it retest this 15-minute candle, or even retest this 50%. Or either that, or you get like a little clean 5-minute candle, then you get that one little consolidation candle beside it. But 530 is definitely my kind of bounce area. I mean 730 to 650 is the 50% of the 4 hour, but I'm not going to look anything past 730. There's that first wick bounce there. $30 seconds left. Right now, I just have my order sitting here. If it drops, we'll just close it, because I got to wait for a pullback, guys. I can't jump in this like this. $82 was my short bias area. So if we can pull back and maybe retest 82, and if I can drop a short somewhere in this area. There's the 30 hit. So That's why I said 30 should have been your magic number for the first hit. All right, I got to take it off, guys. There's nothing I can do here. Now, if it pulls back in 80 holds, oh well. It's just too close to the 30 level. You can see we're still kind of bouncing off that 30. There's your 80 hit. Ugh. All right, 700. We still got till probably 650 to find something. Right now it's just going back and forth pretty hard. All right. Damn it. All right, we're going to close that out because we hit that 1 hour mark up there, mine. It was at 75. All right, so we took 130 out of that one, so not bad. It's not that 150 to 200 we're looking for, but we'll take it. Moved us a little bit closer to that. Here comes that 75 I was looking for. So that 75 would have been my 50 points off the backside of that one. That was a little bit on the tougher side of the entry. I was trying to be overcautious on that one, but this is almost like guarantee. So anytime you see this big wick on a 5-minute candle to the downside, and we're playing off that first original 15-minute candle, so this is why we took the long as soon as we blasted the other side of that 15 minutes. So that's almost like classic. It happens every single time. Just sometimes you just got to be patient and wait on it. What scared me about this morning's to the upside was all this consolidation. Look, consolidation, 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 consolidation. So I was already short bias, but I know we have a big order block on the 5-minute down at 30. So that's why I was hesitating to take the short. Let me bring it down. I can show you. So this is why I was so hesitant in taking my short, was because of this. This 5-minute order block with all this consolidation here. And I couldn't get it where I needed the 20 points, because when I'm looking for these breakouts, I need at least 20 to 40 points so I can get my 20 points and not worry about what happens with the runner. And also, you got a big 5-minute order block to the top side. So I'm glad I didn't leave my runner. I'm just glad we just went in and just took profit and be done. So now we could actually even come all the way back down and break out of this order block and push out the other side. So let's see if we get that some love in there. So guys, this little square, this is what I'm taking my entries off of. This is the 9 o'clock to 9:15 candle. So that was already a retest of that 15 minutes. So if that holds, that could be a retest for us to possibly move back up. But I wasn't watching it. All right, let me make sure I'm off of my funded account here. Don't want to make that mistake. There's nothing worse than getting profit on your funded account and literally you forget you have it on and you're thinking you're on an eval. You're like, man, let me take this eval trade. And that crap's a loser. That is the worst. We're about $500 away from our next, our fifth funded account fish slips to kind of be sitting in the hole there. So, what's up, Jake? Jake, did you watch those videos? How to set up Bulanox or set up Ripnik on NinjaTrader? I did 3 different videos where it kind of helps you walk through the see the importance of this 15-minute candle, guys. This is another play that I like that I didn't, like I said, I wasn't paying attention as it was happening. So what you're doing here is you're waiting for either a push up or down. And let me flip that around. And wait for a retest of that 15-minute candle. I mean, you don't get it every single day, but you at least get it 3-4 times. I mean, at least 2 or 3 times a week. I would have taken this if I'd have noticed it. Like I said, I wasn't paying attention to when it happened. So like I said, you're looking for that big burst either out to the top or bottom. And the second 5-minute candle that prints, either it's going to continue higher or you want to look for it to pull back into this 15 minutes. And it pulled fib on this candle also. And as you can see, it pulled right back to the 38% on the dot. So we missed that one. Now that's a funded trade that I like taking too. Actually, I've taken a lot of I've taken probably more funded trades like this than that one I taken a while ago because I feel like these are a lot safer. Was that a Tradovate that froze on you? $900, $920. So this may be a pullback for another blast on a. Now we're gonna probably switch over to evals, guys, since we've taken our No, this is NASDAQ J4. All right. All right, we're going to switch over to eval trading. All right, we've already got our 10 points, so it's a free trade. That still would have been almost a nice 20-point winner. 10 point, almost 20 points. Now, we could come back since we hit that 25 and retest these 900s. So, yeah. All right, got my runner. Let's see. Let's see if we get the 50, pull back to the 75, then try to pop again. I think it's going to take a lot for the higher ups just because we're in that big 5-minute OB here. So we're switching to a 10-minute runner type of strategy here, guys. We had a good night on this account last night, so we're up $400 since last night on this account. Wow, are we flipping already? Oh, yeah, man, you got shorted that 25 fish slips. I thought we would get another push up to the 50, man. I had 50 hopes. I had the 50 hopes. All right. So we can't do nothing until I make sure we're going to stay out of this range here. So we'll have to see what happens. We're kind of pushing, look for a kind of a pop here at the 42s. Oh, it already popped. Sorry. All right, we're back above the 75 here. Wow, what another nice pop off the 50 fish. Man. I'm going to wait and see what happens around this 900 level before we consider doing anything. I'm still liking the longs here. There's the 900. Oh, I hope I didn't get in too early. Oh, damn it. Might have got popped on this one, guys. Might have jumped in a tad bit too early on that one. Let's see. All right, never mind. We got a blue candle. We got a blue candle. Ooh, wasn't sure. All right, we're going to be looking for a 50 touch if this one. Oh, shit, man. We'll jump back in, back above 10 here. This trade will just wipe out this previous trade if it's a loser. Nope. Boy, got faith in the 25 and the 50 level. Let me get that 50 level here. Come on. All right, we're going to lock in at least 25 points here. We're looking for that big 50 banger up there to the 50. Actually, we will even take it at What time is it? Come on. Oh well. It's still a nice push. We just didn't get the 50 we're looking for. Man, that was almost another 100-point ripper off that 50 bounce here. Guys, if you guys haven't noticed what I'm doing over here, so basically it's if you're in the lobby with fish lips that's trading whole numbers, I'm trading in between whole numbers is what I'm doing. So anytime we retest a whole number and that whole number holds, I'm looking to get my entry between that whole number and the next whole number, which was between, say, 75 to 100, if it's already the second push. So that time we've already pushed 100 once, or the 900 once. So once we blasted that 900, I got long around a little over the 900, looking for the quick 10 points. And then I'm either targeting the 25 or the 50 to the top side. Look, we hit the 49. If I didn't get stopped out, we would have got the 49. Come on. This thing's whipping pretty wildly. I try to let you guys know when I'm entering, because it's hard to really watch me do it because these entries are happening so fast. So it's literally impossible for you to see me hit the button and 6 seconds later, you see the entry and it's already too late. So you have to just kind of use your own judgment about your entries. That's probably the worst part about watching someone take breakout trades. So I got another setup to take along there, but I didn't feel like, wasn't going to enter the third time. We're going to wait for like some kind of deeper pullback or for the range to kind of get a little bit better looking. We're about to hit the top of that order block at 960. So 960 is the top of that 5-minute order block. That's why it's taken so much to get through these order blocks here. Get through this area here. So this might be a nice reversal area off here, these 60s. Because you got a lot of wicks sitting up here on the 5 minutes. Up to about the, 25K. I think, didn't Alder say something about the 20? I looked at his thing this morning. I thought that 25K was kind of marked out on there. See. Ooh. Fish lips were $475 away from requesting $1,000 payout with Bulanox. So that could easily be 2 trades for me next week, I'm hoping. Somebody says we have 10 o'clock news this morning, guys, so be careful. I didn't look at and see if we had news this morning. Sorry if I didn't notice if you put a message in the chat, guys, sorry if I missed it. I was, a lot of times in this first, say 30 to 15 minutes, I'm so focused on charts. A lot of times I overlook the chat for a little bit, but now we can slow down a little bit and wait for the market to settle down. And then we can start looking for more entries, kind of get past that 10 o'clock. So what we're doing with our setup now is, since we're kind of changing over to an eval, The ATR is 3 micros. We're looking for a quick $40, and then you just kind of see how much you can get off the runner. So you need what? That's $60 total out the gate. Then you're looking for the runner, or even to add, depending on how far the runner goes. But I got a hard stop of 200 points, which is 50 points is basically $200. So easily be a $240 win. And that's what I was looking for on the runner a while ago. But like I said, I knew that we had that order block up there, so that's why I went ahead and just closed out my trade for the profit we took. And that was from the funded trade this morning. So if you do this, and if you're just playing, depending on how many contracts you're risking. So if you get these first 2 contracts, that means you can have a 20-point stop loss and still be a break-even trade. So that's how I kind of look at it. That means I'm still allowed to have a 20-point stop loss and still be a break-even trade, because you're just risking the profit off of this if it doesn't work out for you. We had another entry. $9.75 short. Nice fish. Yeah, I think so. Let me check Bulanox and see if Bulanox came out with something. No, still nothing. Let me see. Have I been paying for data description and didn't realize it? I'm glad I looked. I've been paying for data. I didn't even realize it. I think it says $12. Huh. Yeah, it's $12, Jake. Yeah, I guess I've been paying for it. I didn't even realize it. You go to subscriptions. So here's your Trade-Evade accounts. You go over to these 3 little bars, click on the bars, and go to prescription. Subscription, yeah. Actually, I need to cancel mine because I shouldn't be paying for it because I get free data through Apex. All right. I don't know how long I've been paying for that either. So I'm kind of glad you brought that up. $12 is not too bad. Just to continue copy trading. Oh, shoot, I accidentally closed out my account. Whoo! How deep of a pullback we're going to get here. All right, we're back to kind of a short bias here. Also, Jake, I also, like I said, I made 3 videos for you to watch to, that way you can put Beulah Knox on a Ninja account once they go back on sale. Maybe it's short here. Come on, give me my 10 points. Might get stopped out on the. Looking for 75 to hold here. Just trying to stay right above that 75 level. All right. Might get stuck here at the 50 level, pull back to 75, then go back down. All right, runner got stopped out. We'll still be looking for another short. We'll be looking for another short back below the 75. Be careful. We do have 3-star news coming in a few. This is eval only, guys. Waiting for 900 and I'm short. Okay. If we hit them 995s, we'll try to get a better entry. Or yeah, 925. Okay, so that may go back up to the 100s. I got what you're saying. I might have. All right. Shorted the 75. This could bounce all the way back up here and retest the 75 again off the 50 level. So this is where you got to be careful when trading between whole numbers. That was another 75, almost 75 touch, it looks like. Might get blasted on this 3-star news here. So be careful. I wouldn't do this on a funded, guys. This is eval only. He caught the boner during the news yesterday. Nice. There's nothing like catching a good bee. Yeah, you got to be aware of the news plays, guys. Oh, shoot, this thing's stalling too. Woo! I could get blasted here. All right, let me take that. I wouldn't. All right. Oh, a little bit of twitchiness all the way down to the 800s. Oh, goodness. Look at there. Back off the look. The back on top of that 15-minute range again, guys. Boy, if we lose this 15 minutes, we're going short all the way. We've lost that 15 minutes, guys. Short all the way. Oh, is it going to hold? All right, we'll risk some of our profits here. We want to see if the 25 holds. Might get stopped down on our runner here. Oh. All right, we're about to get hit. Just trying to stay right above the danger zone where I feel like we need to hold. Flush. $75 long. I'm in it for the long run, fish. Whatever happens, happens. I'm targeting that. I'm targeting the low of this previously hourly candle at 700. Yeah, we may be running the low of the previous hourly candle from 9 o'clock, which is down at 700. That's if we can survive it. Now, if this was a funded account, we would have already taken a lot more. We would have started taking profit. I wouldn't let it run this far without going into profit. I'm only doing this because this is a eval account. Now, maybe if we push back up and this area holds, maybe we can add to our entry here. We're about to have a new 5-minute candle in less than 10 seconds. So this thing could go all the way back up to the 50s here. $43 will be my line in the sand. So if 43 doesn't hold, we'll get stopped out and just wait for the next entry. Oh, shit. Come on. I need this candle to print. Damn it, I couldn't get it down fast enough. I know I already got my one push up there, so I don't know if we get a second one. So we're going to look for just 50. Oh, dude, that's. Did you over leverage blow it or did you trade blow it, Matt? Or is that right, mate? Trying to stay right above that 75 level, looking for that 50 level to get hit. This thing could come all the way back up on us. So okay. All right. Runner finally got stopped out. I still like the shorts if this prints. I feel like we still got room to the downside. Just waiting for my candle to print here. $75.75. All right, looks like we're going to get another 800 retest here. Long as 800 holds back below 75, we'll look for another short. Oh, just 3 days of losing. Yeah, one thing that's helped me out a lot recently is I've been just sticking to just try to trade less than 5 micros. Now, the trading you guys are watching me to do now, this is just eval trading. So funding trading, I usually have a very strict parameter that we're looking for with our opening trades and stuff. But with evals, we're just taking breakout trades. What size accounts were you using, mate? Oh, kind of crossing back over. So, shit, we got a new 5-minute candle. I can't do nothing unless we hit somewhere, say the 50 and pull back to the 25. So, can't really do anything right now because I'm still not convinced we're moving up. So, I don't know if this is going to be a fake out. So, be careful. It could just be trapping some people in. So here's your 25. All right, let's see what happens with the 50 level. I want to see the 50 level get hit, then a pullback. If we're going to stay long, take a long back up through. Oh, I was asking you what size account were you trading? Were you trading a 50K or 25K? Ooh, no pullback, guys. All right, we're just waiting on some kind of pullback here for us to pull back a little bit. Nice fish lips. There's the 75. So this is where we need to see a pullback to the 50 level and hold. All right. Nice pullback here. You really like to see that 25 hit right here. May add at 25 here. Woo. There's a 25. So if we close below 25, we'll just have to reassess and look for another entry. Lost the 25. What a fake out. I was wondering if that was going to be our fake out there. Oh, that caught us. That trapped us in hard. All right, 75. So oh, it's all good. We're on an eval, guys. We're up, I think, still $600 on this account on the current trade day. Pretty much back inside that 15-minute range here. All right. Oh, don't tell me I'll get trapped at the 75 here. It looks like we are. All right, come on. We need that 90 here area to hold for myself. Son of a bee. We missed our target by like just mither points. We got a swing here on my chart sitting at 58. Damn it. May get trapped in another. Oh, we got a order block sitting there. Long as the 90 area holds, I'm still good with this trade. As long as we don't lose the 90. We lose the 90, we're probably going to get stopped out. All right, so the 90 held for me. So we may go all the way back up to the 500 here. Like I said, guys, we're on evals. Let's see where we're up. We're trying to get the last. We need about a little under $300 more to pass this eval. So we're trying to pass this eval here. So that's why we're kind of trading super aggressive with this. Would they hit the 42? Did you get long at 50 fish lips on that one too? Well, this thing's manipulating everybody on both sides. All right, see if we get the pullback. First pullback candle, we'll jump back in. I just made a higher low. Waiting for the lows to get sweep, then looking for it. Dude, we're right back inside that 15-minute range again. I mean, this is some ugly looking candles, guys. I'm sorry, Ken. We are trading the MNQ. We're looking for breakout trades with our eval. Got to be careful here. I'm going to risk a little bit of my profit on this runner and see if the 25s hold. Oh, yeah. Jake, I don't recommend this price action to anybody that probably hasn't been doing this for a little bit, dude. This price action will just rip you a new one. This price action is going up and down so fast that especially if you're over leveraged, you're getting really wrecked. Mostly all my trades here are like 3 micros. All right, new 5-minute candle. Come on. Trend line should go down after the bounce. There's no way to really trade this 5-minute charts without for what I'm doing right now with my evals. So poppity pop. It's the vertical. Oh wait, John. Just poppity pop pop. Ugh. Let's see. What do we got left on this 5-minute candle? 2 minutes? $20 points away. Man, we may have to get a pullback to the 60s here. Be careful. Don't really want to give up all my points if it has to come back, because we're at that 900 level. So I think we're going to lock at least 50 in here. We'll stay right under the 75 actually. What a wow. I knew that freaking 900 level, man. I was wondering if that 900 was going to fucking pull back like that. Come on. That was just dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. We still need about $170 to pass this account. Whoa, it's why you got to have your stop loss in there, guys. Hopefully you got a stop loss, because that could have just wrecked your day. Yeah, you gotta have those you gotta have those stop losses. That was like a ninja flip. They're like, nope, you guys have made too much profit. So what it is, they're trying to get everybody's gold and silver profits back. They're like, it's like it literally went down 100 points. We went to 905, went all the way back to 800. So, I mean, it was like an 800 point rip in the opposite direction. That was just insane. I'm glad I at least took some profit out of it, because I was still like wanting to leave it at break even, because I was trying to get that 100 point trade in there. But I did not expect a 100 point rip back to the other side. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see if we get another. Man, don't tell me this thing's going to take it all the way back up here again, guys. Oh my goodness. This market has been wild this week, guys. This thing has just been ripping people on both sides with these huge ATRs and just crazy swings, guys. There's just, man, it will just destroy your day. This is why I switched over to a 10-minute, take my 10 points and look for runners. This way I can take quick profit and then make all the money off the runners. So this is why we're kind of trading this way instead of looking for the bigger moves in case it just flips on us. So since last night, we started trading this last night in the Tokyo session. So we're up 742, and this is a fairly new eval. So we were trying to see if we can pass this eval. We just need $170. So, but we also can take a couple losses too, so it can go either way on us. I do like us rerunning the 900s back up here. All right, so that was a 9. Oh, that was the 900 hit. So maybe I may try long back above 900 here. We don't want to be trying to long into that 900 on that first try. You want to make sure it gets through there. There's the 900 pop. Pop. Oh, don't wick me. Just pop up there. Damn, may come back down. We'll use 75 as our line in the sand here. Damn it. Might have just... There's a 75. That's not looking good. I'm gonna go and take it up some. This way we take a minimum loss on this. If it just can't get back above there, because we're getting stuck at those 900 levels again. Ooh, there we go. No, don't just one tick me. I've been getting that a lot today, guys. I'm one ticking me like crazy. Come on, nasty girl. There she goes. Got to talk to her. Like, got to tell her. Nasty Nas, get on up there. We still got one micro left in this. Oh, well. This thing just cannot get through there. All right, another pullback to the 75. You want to see 70s hold. If 70s can hold and we don't get back below 71, we're probably going to be moving back up again. That's that other swing. This 900's been an insane battle. Trying to see if a little bit more convincing pop above this 900 level. Don't want to get trapped in this freaking thing again. We got about 10 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. May wait for the new 5-minute candle to print here in a couple seconds. Just waiting on this 5-minute candle. Hmm. 75 will be my line in the sand here, guys. Remember, guys, please don't do this stuff with your like expensive account. This is a 90% off eval with Bulanox that we've just been just trying to get it over the threshold. So today, so we're trading fairly aggressive. All right, about to get stopped out here. This is the line in the sand right there. All right, so had to. This thing's probably gonna end up just popping without us. Try a different account here. All right, guys, no more. We're going to approach the 900 with cautions. We done tried that 900 long multiple times and just kept getting freaking wrecked at the 900. Whew. Couldn't break above that previous range high up there. There she goes. Now she wants to pop here. You can probably look for a 925 here. But like I said, be careful. It's been just rejecting so hard out of this area. All right, we're just waiting for another pullback. Yeah, we took that loss a while ago. We still need $250. New 5-minute candle. This was that area I was targeting a while ago up there at the want to stay away from that 25 level in case it retests that 25 and just sells back down. Back below this 20 and a teens area, we'll close this because what it is, we were trying to take that pop up to the 50 here, and we can always re-enter. Just don't want to get dumped on too bad here. Damn it. Yep. That was a 900 retest. Now, if we lose that 100 level, it's probably going back down another 25 to 50 points. So, Matt, looks like we're about to get hit. We need that 900 to 904 to hold here. This is the account that we're trading here. If we can't get back above 20, we're probably going back down to the downside. That 20 to 25 is what you need to get back above. And if we can't break back above that 20 to 25, see, it just made a quick wick up there. All right, come on. We just need to get back above the 25. We should be good. Oh, we in is this the premium area around that 25? Yeah, I didn't even look. Yeah. It's taking way too long to get back up there. Where are we like in the 60 to 70% area of fish lips on the premium side? Yeah, I didn't even pull fib on this to see where we're at on the fib. We'll give it another couple seconds to push. If it doesn't push, we'll just close it so we don't get. This way we can protect at least our profits we got. Right now we're $70 we're $70 down. Just don't want to get one of those big sell-offs and it whips through my stop loss. About new 5-minute candle. 2 years. Sorry if I missed your message. We do trade completely different with our evals. So we do trade super aggressive with our evals. I'm just going to put it at the bottom of this because if it breaks that, it's going down. I can take it down now for $60 loss here. So you can see how much we're down if you want, if you're curious. This thing's insane. Oh, goodness. What time is it? No. Oh, it's still battling. If we break this candle here, we're probably going down pretty far here. If we break back below the 900s. Oh. She broke the top of that candle. Yeah, there's nothing worse when it stalls like that, man. Wasn't sure about that one, guys. We got stuck. Wasn't moving. See if we can run these highs up here. Runner got stopped out. Oh yeah, we don't stress over here with the losses and wins with the evals, guys. You got to get past that if you're trading evals. I mean, I take losses on evals all the time. If you're not over leveraged, it doesn't hurt too bad. I was only in 3 micros on that trade, and a lot of times, and we may even bump it down to 2 micros since it's kind of approaching that 11 o'clock hour. And I may not just pass this today because we're still about $200 away, and I don't know if I can make another $200 without a big move because it's just kind of going back and forth. So I think it's gonna make it tough to get another 200 on here unless I go in super heavy, which that can also go in the opposite direction and take all your profit. We didn't really trade hardly any of our funded accounts today. We just took the one funded trade. So being Friday, I'm okay with just taking the one funded trade and being done for the day. I'm hoping next week we can get to the payout threshold with Bulanox. So I think what I say we needed $400. Let's see, minus 129. Yep, need 471 to reach the Bulanox payout level. Then my closest Apex account to pay out is 3,800. So it's still a little bit to go with Apex. Then the next Bulanox is down at $1,300. So we're still good ways away with that one too. Hopefully everybody's having a good old trading day. Today's price action has been a little on the tough side. You can see this is not very clean at all. So I'm not taking my entries off of the 5 minutes. Most of you guys know that usually comes here that usually when the price action is pretty crappy, most of the time over here taking my entries off Rico candles. So, and what it is, we're buying pullbacks. So that's why it looks weird whenever you see it. Started a three new Apex PAs so far, 350 per day for 8 days. Man, Fishlift's been in beast mode lately, man. Let's go here to turn this off. So a lot of times, like I said, we're just buying pullbacks off Rico candles. with EMAs and clouds. So whenever we're kind of going in that direction, this is what I'm actually trading off of. But you see the entries on the 5-minute charts. But on the 5-minute charts, they don't really make a lot of sense just because the 5 minutes looks really ugly today. But basically, we just look for 2 candle pullbacks, 3 candle pullbacks long. Every 3 candles represents 10 points. As you can see, we almost get 10 points after every single pullback. Like I think we had that one while ago where I didn't get the pullback, but we're just buying all the pullbacks. This was the trade that we were in a while ago. I was long here. Wait, no. Oh, it was on this candle here. Yeah, this is the one that got me a while ago here. But 3 candles is 10 points. Do you use the standard deviation? I'm not sure what that is. I might know, but I just don't really let me look it up. I don't think I do. Let's see. A course? No, I don't use no kind of course. Oh, it's not a course? Oh, okay. The way that I do the pullbacks, what I'm doing most of the time, I'm looking for a pullback into like whole numbers or support and resistance. I don't just buy like all the. Yeah, and I also do fibs. I haven't done it too much. Usually I use the fib for most of the morning times whenever we're taking our breakouts in the morning time. So like we took the breakout this morning. So this was the breakout this morning. We were pushing down and I didn't really like the push down here. But all these yellow lines represents a 50% fib. Right? Yeah. So this morning on this entry, I didn't really like the long at first. So what happens? We ended up getting a really massive pullback, and I thought we were going to be out of this trade altogether. But we did have resistance on order block sitting down there at the 730s to 700s, and you can see that's what held. So usually it's just the first opening trade that I use the fib the most, and if we got clean 5-minute candles. But today we have not had the clean candles on the 5 minutes have been horrible today. So a lot of times I will pull fib like on my 5-minute candles. Even though this is a ugly one, most of the time I probably wouldn't take this if I was trading normal 5 minutes because of all the wicks. But it's still a legitimate long because 50% of this big 5-minute candle held. So it's still a legit long. But a lot of times with the pullbacks, a lot of times I'm looking for trading in between whole numbers, if you notice. So where I got long a while ago was at 30. So a lot of times what it is, I'm looking for the 50 to get hit. Yeah, so right now we're up in premium. I didn't even pull fib to see where we're at in premium level. So if you ever notice, all my entries, whenever I'm doing this, where I'm scalping, is always between 100, or the whole number at the 100 to 25. So I make sure there's 10 points in between there, because if you ever notice, the market always goes from whole number to whole number for most cases. So like this would have been, let's see, the last move would have, what, 800 for this pullback. Didn't quite get the 800. So that means you would have been probably long where I was. You probably would have been long from 25 after it pushed back down. or I would have been looking for long after it basically pushed back down into 800 and 800 holds. And as it's coming back through 25, I would have tried to get long around the 30 area, then look for a push up to 50 to 75. Depending on how many contracts I got. So there's one guy in my other lobby over here. He trades nothing but whole numbers. I mean, he has banger days. You can go to our Discord, and it's crazy how much profit he makes just trading off of whole numbers and buying in discount. But you also, it has to make sense. You don't want to be buying up high into premium. Basically, what you're doing is you're looking for pullbacks into discount if you pull fib for the overall move, and that's where you're buying your entries at as it's pulling back into discount. Let's see. I also like to use so we just ran that. I like to use order blocks too for areas of not really necessarily support, but for destinations. So this morning we had a order block sitting at 730. And so that would have been my first target, that 730, if I was looking for the short this morning. And that was pretty much what it hit, that 730. So then for longs, you would have been looking for us to run the previous day AM high. And that's pretty much where we went this morning. We pretty much ran that high at the previous AM session and sold back off. We sold way back off, like over 100 points. If you have trouble finding levels, like where to go, install this ICT kill zones. You don't really have to use it to take trades off, but it does help to kind of look for targets to look for. Or either that, or if you're pulling fib, look for like 50% of higher time frames. So like the 4 hour or order blocks. So those are the kind of things that I use for looking for, draw, like looking for an area where we're going to go. Or you can use the, fair value gaps on the higher time frame. A lot of times we'll want to close in those higher time frames on like the 4 hour and the 1 hour. So if we lose I feel like if we lose these 780s to 760s areas, you could get a nice run all the way back down to 562 here. You would basically be trying to run back to the bottom of this London low. If we get down here and lose this area here, there's a lot of support in this area. So you will need to get through all this choppy mess right here, I feel, for the move back down. Unfortunately, that's about another 75 points down. So if we get down here, we can lose these 750s. You should get a nice sell-off this evening after the lunch hour. Then if you want to look for it, look for 614 as your first hit of like major resistance. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 5-minute candles times 5. So that's like 40 minutes of consolidation. Then here you can see that we probably have almost 2 hours of consolidation here in the London session. So you're going to run into a lot of resistance down to the bottom side if we make it down there. So this is why I'm saying this is a good possibility for possible nice sell-off. I forgot that level you had marked out in the Discord outer for the long. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that level when I took the long this morning. I was like, outer thinks that thing's going up. We're gonna go with that. What levels did you have marked out? It was this page. Let me see. Let me see what levels you had marked out. What is that? Oh, that's a long ways up there. Holy goodness. What is that? 25,000? I'm trying to look at that. 25,100? We got pretty close to the Oh, you were busy this morning? Oh, okay. What kind of a strategy are you guys trading here in TikTok? Do most of you guys do pullback strategies or breakout strategies, or do you guys trade off like some kind of like ICT trade setup, or are you guys just exploring, just looking for different things to see what works for you? Yeah, we took a nice long on the funded this morning for the breakout of that 15-minute candle. That was the only funded trade we took today. This is probably one of my favorite setups for the 15-minute breakout. So if you get that big wick push down here out of that 15-minute candle, then I always like catching that blast back out the top. I feel like that one's like almost like a non-failure trade. Like that thing will repeat over and over some days. Like you'll get that for like 2 or 3 straight days where you just get that same setup over and over. Let's see. Was that yesterday? Was that yesterday's? Yep. Look, yesterday's was the same thing. It's funny, if you watch this enough, you'll notice that this crap repeats itself over and over. Look at the big wick down, blast all the way to the top. This is literally the same exact move. It doesn't look like this every day, but I've noticed at the opening that a lot of the times the market will have the same opening for 2 days in a row, maybe 3 max, but most of the time at least 2. So look, same exact setup. I like to go I stare at charts a lot. So I like to look for like repeat patterns. So this was yesterday's open. Look how this looks before we got the sell off. Look, same pattern, but we just didn't get the sell off on the pullback. But as far as the opening goes, same pattern. Like lately, the opening has become my favorite time to trade my funded accounts. All right, so this opening, what this one was, you didn't get the big wick, but look, this is another way I like to trade this too. You see how you got that push out and you pulled in this support and resistance, then we caught the short on the backside of this 15 minutes. Basically, you can pull fib on here, and this is the 50% of the previously hourly candle. You see these yellow lines? That represents 50% of the previous hour. This way, I don't have to constantly look at higher time frames, so it's already kind of marked out for me. So I think we were 5 for 5 this week on the breakout trades. I did take a loss on my second trade yesterday. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I did, because I bought that freaking thing in resistance. This one looks a little bit more difficult to trade because this one was just a complete breakout. So you didn't really get that pullback. The only thing that you kind of had to go on was this candle right here pushed over into this 50 minutes of the candle. But we took this one too. We've taken all of the breakouts. We usually take them every morning, but we've been doing really well on the breakouts. It takes a while because I remember when I first started trading, I'd never even touched a breakout. So it takes a little bit to get to that point where you feel comfortable trading that because the volume is just so high. What sucks is if you miss that breakout, a lot of times, if it's going to be a choppy day, the rest of the day will just be garbage and it'll be really tough to find entries. I'm not saying everybody has that issue, but a lot of people will. So it looks like we're trying to get to those 25Ks up there. Am I using Windows 7? No. I want to say this is Windows 11 or 10. I'm not sure. I've had this PC for 2 years, so whatever the window operating system was 2 years ago, I'm not sure when Windows 10 and 11 came out. You can see the screen, so maybe if you know, I'm not sure. Usually the tabs, you can look at the tabs and tell what window operating it is. Oh, the interface. It probably is. I haven't really done nothing to make it look fancy. I don't really care for none of that. The only thing I care about is my charts and my, camera and all that stuff to be decent. Yeah, I think it's Windows 10. I know there's a way I can probably go look for operating system somewhere. Oh, it's 11? Okay, I wasn't sure. Like I said, I bought it 2 years ago. I think it has like a 9064 graphics card with, I think I got like 64 gigs of RAM with a Ryzen 7 CPU. I think that's the metrics inside the hardware there. I think that's a 64 card. I think so. I think it's the 64. So whenever that stuff came out. I don't know a whole lot about the PC world. I know my next PC, I wanted to go back home to Georgia to that PC store they have there to build like a nice PC, but I don't know if that's even feasible now with RAM's kind of prices out of control. So I haven't looked in a while, but I saw some videos where people were talking about RAM prices got crazy. Pay attention. Outer, is that another one of them 100-point stop losses? Ooh, that gets me every time, Outer. When you're like 100-point stop. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Oh, that gets me on that 100-point stop loss. Woo! I couldn't even dream of having a big stop loss that large. I don't feel like my counts are big enough for the 100-point stop losses. Dude, I can see a nice little pullback. Look, we got some look at all these equal lows sitting down here on the 5 minutes. All the way back down to day 20. So, whew. We got some resistance up here at the 25, so you might get a nice little pullback here. We would have to get through this here. A lot of consolidation throughout this area. The 100-point, yeah, it definitely makes sense for the NAS. Dude, were you here for that 100-point drop this morning? Like, we had a 100-point drop in like 10 seconds. It just dropped 100 points out of nowhere. Let me see if I can find that. It was insane. I was in the long too, and we just like dumped. It was like so hard. Was it this candle? It was one of these really wicky candles here where it happened. Oh, there it is. All right, let me spread it out real quick. Uh-oh. It was this candle right here. So this candle was pushing. Look, we got it. We hit the 900 and this thing just went it just dumped on us. It just dumped like within like a few seconds. All right, there's the 25K. Oh, the dollar is dumping today. Yeah, I'd imagine a lot of people lost a lot of money this week, man, or over the last 2 weeks between Bitcoin. I mean, I know Bitcoin's going to recover. It always does. I mean, as long as it's been around, it always recovers. But the fact that, you know, if you bought high and you are over leveraged, that's the sucky part for those people. The same with the silver and the gold, you know, almost all those things lost like 50%. I think Bitcoin was pushing back up, if I wasn't mistaken here. I think I looked at it this morning and I thought it was up to close to 67. All right, so it's at 68,000. So it did push up a little bit because I think it got down to like 63. 63. What was the low? 64. No, 60. Got down to 60,000. So yeah. Holy goodness. That's insane. Almost what? 60% reduction from the 125 that it was sitting at. I mean, that's just insane. I haven't really looked at gold and silver today and see where it's at. I don't know. Did anybody get affected by the gold? Yeah, the gold and silver prices have been insane. I've been messing with the silver a little bit in the evenings, but I've been doing it on a sim account. We haven't got to the point that I'm willing to trade anything with any kind of money behind it because I've never done it. So, but I have been kind of messing with it. That's this account here. I'm doing the opening with it. Or also an inside bar. I took a second inside bar and it was a failed yesterday. So, but this is the one that I've been practicing something with the silver here. And we're up, I think, $800 over the last couple days with the silver. All right, we just ran that 4-hour candle. Is this going to be the top? This could be the top, guys, before we dump back down. Or does it continue? So are you looking for a trade all the way up to 125 outer? Is there like an order block resistance that you're looking for up there? I just feel like, man, we need a deeper pullback than 25 points on this 25K hit. Your actual target is 25,260, but not sure if we'll reach there today. Yeah, I know. Not being a Friday, because about that lunchtime, we got about an hour left of movement, and about an hour it's just going to die off. So if you haven't got your trades in yet, I'd be careful. You got probably a good 30 minutes left of some kind of movement. Yeah, it needs to be doing something trading with because this stuff has been insane lately. We could have easily had a really crappy day yesterday, but we were able to at least survive it and get back in the green. But it was tough yesterday because of the size of the candles. I think I had to start off with like a 40-point stop loss and adjust my stop loss because it was wicking so fast that you would literally get whipped. Like, I remember one trade I'd enter, it went through so fast that I made 20 points and didn't even realize it. Like it was just going that fast. Like it was just insane yesterday how fast the market was moving. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of people, especially if you over leveraged yesterday, you could have got your face just completely ripped off. Because you got to think just one mini and you're needing a 20 to 40 point stop loss. I mean, heck, that's what, $400 to $1,000. I mean, that's just an insane stop loss. Unless you got a big account. For me, it's a lot because mostly all my accounts are 25 in those 50Ks, which is actually only what, $1,500 and $3,000. Not very much. Yeah, I only did my one funded trade today. Everything else has been eval. So we got 130 on our opening funded trade with 3 micros this morning. So basically, what we do is I trade with 3 micros. I'm looking for a 20-point run to take 2 micros off, which is $80. And then I'm looking somewhere around about 50 points on that runner for that quick breakout in the morning. And we didn't quite get the 50 points. So I think we might have gotten 30. Yeah, probably barely 25 or 30, if I'm not mistaken, because that's only 130. And I know 3 micros times 20, or the 20 is what? 6 times 20, so 120. So, yeah. Oh, you hit your limit this morning? Well, that's good that you can put it away, man, because a lot of us will just keep trading and try to get it back. I over-leveraged gold and got 300K account, made 4,000, but they blocked me from trading gold. Yeah, I heard that some of the prop firms blocked people from trading metals yesterday. Who was that with? Was that with Top Step or Apex? I've been seeing a lot of videos of people talking about the Apex. Yeah, I want to say Cove Trader and also 0 Day J. I think that's one thing that they were trading too was gold with Apex, and that's what they've been trading. So I think they couldn't do it no more either, which I guess is everybody, but I'm surprised people were even able to trade gold and silver with Apex because they got that strict 30% drawdown, and that stuff right there will eat up that quick, real quick, especially silver. You can still trade, I want to say, maybe my funded futures. Luciv, I think, still does let you trade metals. Trading with Jack. It's probably a little bit more expensive than Apex though, because I know Apex is not that expensive up front, or up front they're not that expensive. So it'll cost a little bit more up front if you use Luciv. And I'm not sure about Take Profit Trader if they allow metal tradings. But I know Luciv does because that's what Methodical Man is using to trade the metals with, because he's been trading silver in the evenings. Woo! Do we look for another long here, guys? We gotta wait. We gotta wait for some kind of pullback here. Got to be careful around the whole numbers. These whole numbers will wreck you. Dude, y'all remember all the problems I was having down there at the 900s? I think it took, what, four tries to get through those 900s. I just kept getting either stopped out, break even, or just barely 10 points. So the whole numbers can be kind of tough to trade. We got the previous day open sitting up there at the 50.67. So that's definitely a possible target up here at the 25.67s. We just got to have some kind of pullback. I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback to the 75 here. Is everybody ready for the weekend? All right, here comes the 25,000 reaction. What's going to happen? Like I said, I want to see the pullback to the 75 here. Trying to mark out that 75 level. All right, here's that 75, pretty close. All right, so is this the bounce now? Now, will this take us up to 20,025? That's kind of what we want to see here. We still need another $250 to pass. We're sitting at 26,256. Pull back to the 960 retest. I could see it that too. That's a nice retest too, on top of those two big wicks. Oh, the 75 is paying. All right. Paid a little bit. Let's see if it can get that 60 pullback that Outer is talking about. We only got time for one more trade, guys, so I only have like 10 minutes left to be on my stream. Then got to head out. Maybe. Spanned. If we take it long, we're going to be looking for the 25 here. We're looking for 25,025. Or maybe even that 2550 up there. You got 2567 at the previous day high. So that target's very well into sight there. Is that not on here? I guess not. Thank you guys for the likes and follows today. Hopefully everybody had an okay trading day. If you are red, hopefully you were able to manage that and just, you know, if you got a certain stop loss set in. Oh, I don't want to jump in too early. This is just in 2 micros at the minute, guys. So looks like we're finding a lot of resistance at that 10. I will take my stop out. I'm not going to risk any more than this with the 2 micros. So right now it's only down 30 bucks. Actually, we'll put it right there at the 90 level. There she goes. She's just toying with me, guys. She's just toying with me. That's all. She wanted me to be stressed. Actually, no, we're not stressing over here on 2 micros. It's all good. Now, if I was in like a whole mini or something, that's a whole different story. So we could get a pullback here off this 25 level. So what we may do is just hold off a little bit below the 500 level here, and or actually no, I think what we'll do is we'll just lock it in. We'll follow this candle up here. Look at there. She's going to give me that 50 already. Come on. A little bit more, guys. A little bit more. What did we hit? The 35? Ah, shoot. Ah, damn it. Woof. What's up, Ponzi? How are you doing? Dude, I don't know if we're going to get any sell-offs today, Ponzi. We've been getting crazy amount of sell-offs over the last couple of days. This is the retracements of all those sell-off the last couple of days. So you can anticipate maybe a 500 bounce here. May not get down there. Now, this is just going to be a 1 micro trade here and see if we can take it up to the 50. May not get the pullback here. I'm still liking that 567 up there. So we will only do 2 levels. So we'll look for a bounce off the whole number here and a possible 60 bounce. And that will be our limit with this trade here. And this is just in with 1 micro starting out. But you got to think 1 micro up to the 50 level. I mean, that's $100. So you have to, and we may even could add here so we can put another buy order if we do continue higher at the 25. So might not get us. Is that a new 5-minute candle? Yeah, a new 5-minute candle here. All right. So here, if it continues down, we're going to look for a possible 60 to 75 bounce. 60 will be my line in the sand here too. And we'll add. Right now we're in this trade for 1 micro. As you can see, I'll pull up so you can see how much we go down when you're trading 1 micro. It's usually very little. It's like $2 a point. Your Tesla short is underwater. $60 down here is definitely going to be kind of the line in the sand because there's a retest of this between 60 and 40. So we're going to hopefully try not to get wicked out up here. Then we can add to this to get a better feel. Ooh, looks like we want to roll here. So here comes that 50 level, our 75 level, our 72. I want to see 72 hold up here. We haven't added in yet, so. Oh, shoot. I just realized we just broke the previous candle there. If you're just joining us, guys, we're just in this with 1 micro. We're looking for 72, 75 area to kind of hold up here. So that would be. That would have been another 75 to 25K. Really want to see us kind of explode through the 25Ks here after this pullback. Oh, it closed both of them? What the crap? I don't know why it does that sometimes. Oh, well. We're going to probably end the day down about, we're going to need about 150 to pass this, so we'll have to wait till next week. That sucks. I don't know. I might have layered into that because I was looking for another push back up to 25. So we got another push back up to 25 here. But so basically that went from 75 to basically 25. I wish I would have layered in at 75 and your overall entry would have been a lot better off of those whole numbers. For some reason it does that where it'll close out all my contracts. Your ETF of the, or your EYF of the day is TMZ. Is that the TV channel or is that TMZ, right? TMZ. Isn't that the, yeah, is that the TV channel, Ponzi? The ones who cover like actors or something like that? All right, so far a good day of trading. No real damage. So Not saying that we didn't take a few losses here and there, but if you're not over leveraged, the losses don't matter. So this isn't the total amount that we're up for the day, because I think I had like $400 something from last night in this account. So actually we made $387 today, just trading those few micros that you guys have been watching me sit here trade. This was just one trade here, the 130. That was the opening breakout trade that I usually take every day. I think we were 5 for 5 for that thing today. Yesterday we made 115 on that trade, because I accidentally traded a new funded account that I didn't mean to trade there. I was annoyed because that $115 was supposed to go towards this account. So, but oh well, it happens. We made a few little stakes here and there throughout the week by not having the right account selected. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing today. Hope you're at least able to find you like a little 10-point winner. Remember, guys, we try not to over leverage so that we don't mess up our accounts in one full swoop. I know I'll try to I say that I'm saying that more or less to myself than I'm really saying it to you guys, because anytime that I've ever tried to over leverage trades, usually it always doesn't work. And so, you know, fulfilling your stuff. Thank you, Fish Lips. Thank you guys for all your useful, helpful information. Fish Lips and Outer for posting in Discord. So Outer usually posts some pretty good charts in the Discord, like breaking down what he's looking for. So he's just sharing his information. So much appreciated. And everyone have a good weekend. Thank you, guys.